Hey, yo, what's good with you? It's Suave MC coming from LA all the way into your house.
All right, cool. So let's get into this. Where you from? How did all this start? You know what I'm saying? Where you born?
Okay, let's just jump it off. I'm from Brooklyn. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I got in trouble. I got kicked out of Brooklyn. Mom's moved to Far Rockaway. I was rapping in Brooklyn, but really in Far Rockaway, I really started escalating in it because I ain't know nobody. You know what I mean? I was Timmy T. When I went to IS 53, I was like, I need a name, man. I'm going to high school. So I went to summer school just to get, know the ins and outs of the high school. See, I was casing the school though. Real shit. Go check my file. But anyway, I used to hear like they beat up freshmen. It was a big 5% nation out there. And I'll never forget, I was walking down the halls and the guards was like, "Peace, guard, you new here?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm from Brooklyn." But at that Brooklyn note, that killed everything. You know what I'm saying? Swayed to a different conversation. Yo, why you out here in XYZ, XYZ? Father now starting to get a name in Far Rockaway, in Queens. Niggas starting to know my get down. I'm starting to know dudes. So the drug came into play when my man, I ain't gonna say his name, out of Inwood. You know, I always been a discreet type dude. He met me at Bayswater. Wavecrest. At Wavecrest near the train station. And he put me on to the game. And while I was working, I was hustling.
Right.
Basically. And everybody, I always said to myself, I'm never gonna be that dude to be loud and boisterous. Because niggas always was, you knew the drug niggas. Niggas never knew what I was doing. But at this point in time, I started getting Long Island, Amherst, Amityville. I started getting all of those places like saturated. I think the only one that knew what I was doing was Melquan, my brother, because he'd go out there with me. And I never take a car. I'd always take the Long Island Railroad. And then we'd end up going out to a club. I always loved the dress. I loved the shoes, so I bought every color pair of Bally's. And niggas used to always ask me, like, "Damn, Kentucky Fried Chicken paying." But I was hustling, so that's how I was able to get a lot of shit. And nobody never knew to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, really. Because the more you let niggas know, they putting the eye on you. So I never wanted to go through that. I just did it really to support the studio. I used to go to the studio on Jamaica Avenue called 1212 Recording Studio.
Okay.
And I used to go there, and then people start, looking out. Like, I met Kurt Woodley, and he started paying for studio time, but I left him alone because it was like he kept wanting me to change my words. So that I went back to the hustle game to start paying for the studio. Then I was rapping. I used to go, Manny Man, he was with the Short Shot Brothers.
Right.
And Manny used to take me, I used to go to his house. We used to write. And I think Manny was one of the dopest rappers out of all the rappers I ever known. He used to always tell me, "You gonna do it, you gonna make it." He always used to tell me that before I even made it. And he said, "You just gotta stay consistent." And he used to always say, "Stay consistent." And Manny pulled me to the side and he said, "Look, man, you got a deal now." And I wasn't taking my deal serious because I was getting money at this point. But Manny knew what I was doing.
Right. How did the deal come across? Because we started talking about the deal, but we didn't even find out. We know you was rapping. Man,
I won a rap contest at the USA roller skating rink.
Oh, okay.
I won that, and they had for 12 weeks, it was rappers going against each other, and I always was winning. I was winning, and the guys told the owner of the roller skating rink, if Father MC don't win, he got Brooklyn, he got Manhattan, he got Far Rockaway in the building. He said, "They're gonna tear your fucking establishment down." So they was forced to give it to me. And I was a hardcore rapper at that time.
Right.
But I was bringing in a crowd that was unbelievable. How I got my deal, I made this record called It's Time to Go Prime. And every record label, I was going to Uptown for management at the time, and they wasn't fucking with me. They was not fucking with me. And then I met Dante Ross. He was a president at Tommy Boy. And then he was my dude. And he was like, "Yo, I could sign you to Tommy Boy, but I'm leaving." He says, "If you want to wait, come with me to Elektra." In 6 months, I'll have you out. I was signed to a record company called Stupid Fresh Records. So I got contracts from niggas. Now I go back to Uptown. Because Uptown really intrigued me. I seen the way they was moving. And for some reason, I didn't give a fuck about Uptown Records at that time. I gave a fuck about the management. Because I saw Al B. Shore looking like a bum. And then next thing you know, a couple of months later, I watched the process. And that nigga was rich. That nigga, I'll never forget, I asked him, I said, yo, he had a coat. It was a Sherlin, but it was dope. I said, yo, well, how much that coat cost you? He said 20 grand. Never forget, Ultramagnetic was going overseas. And they had a chalkboard. And I even saw this at Def Jam with LL Cool J and you know, Public Enemy and them. They had chalkboards, and they're gonna be in Germany, they're gonna be in Dusseldorf, they're gonna be in London, they're gonna be in Amsterdam. I'm like, oh shit. But Ultramagnetic needed like 10 grand. And back then 10 grand was wow.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of money,
Yeah. And I'm watching them, and I'm seeing the road manager come picking up 10 grand in the envelope. I was trying to get out of there to catch the nigga on the train station and get him.
Right.
At the end of the day, but it was so much stuff going on, and I was just like, this is where I need to be. And next thing you know, Bob Celestin was like, oh my God, you got all these contracts. Like, what's going on? And then next thing you know, he was bumping the record because they wanted to hear what's the hype about. Next thing you know, Andre, I'm standing near the door, and you know how you open the door, and the door like ghosts me. And Andre's right here, and he's like, yo, who the fuck is that? Never forget it. Now I'm hearing everything. He don't know I'm there. And now my contracts is on the table on Bob. Right. And Bob said, that's your man. And Andre's like, who? They said, Paul MC. He said, that dark skinned dude? And they said, yeah. He said, get him on the phone. He said, well, we'll do one better. He's right there in back of you. Andre said to me, like, yo, you know all the gas. Like, yo, money. You know, yo, you gonna be on Uptown. We gonna do this and that and I'm just looking at him like this, like, you know, I'm still excited though. I ain't gonna front. And I'm like, yeah. And then Bob said like this, we got a problem though. Dre, all of the contracts right here is who want to sign them. He ain't here for a record deal. And Dre's like, looked at me. I'm like, Dre went to the table, looked at the contracts and said, damn, nigga, what you do? And next thing you know, he said, look, you want to be on Uptown Records? I said, I don't know. And I was really looking at Def Jam, to be honest, because Def Jam was hot and Leo put that money out to get me out of that deal. So, you know, he told me, I'm going to give you $1,000. You ain't got to pay me back if I don't beat every contract on this table. He said, give me until Tuesday. I'm like, all right. And if I don't beat him, you don't owe me the $1,000. It was a win-win. Shit, I done waited that long. I'm a hustler at this point. I'm like, shit, I could wait. You know what I'm saying? I could wait. Next thing you know, I'm at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And Bob, I'll never forget, Bob told me, he said, I'll call you Tuesday and I'll let you know what's up. He said, I'll call you before 5 o'clock. Right. And I'll never forget, I was working from 9 to 5 that day. And it was getting like, damn, like 4 o'clock. And I'm looking like, damn, these niggas ain't gonna call me. Well, I'm still like, in a sense, like, fuck it. I still got a little bit of money on the $1,000, and I got the contract still. So I really wasn't really wetting it. Like, I wasn't stressed. You know what I'm saying? So 4:30, the phone rings, and it's Bob Celestin. And he said, hello, can I speak to Father? I said, yo, what's good? What's up? He's like, you could quit, money. I said, Bob, stop playing, man. He said, I'm saying you could quit. I said, for real? He said, if you want a little money for, you know, to come until you sign this deal, you can come and get some. I was like, nigga, see you in like an hour and a half. I remember when I did a video, and Jamaica Avenue had these videos, like you could go pay $10 and you can go and do your own song.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah, in the Coliseum. It was next to the Shirt Kings.
And I remember Shirt Kings.
Yeah, those are my people. And then next thing you know, I did a video. I seen Trick when I got off the van, and I said, Joe, I said, listen, man, he ain't know about the deal. He ain't know about nothing. And I had just shot my real video. And
which video was that for?
Treat Him Like You Want to Be Treated.
All right, cool. The
and I
with
took
Jodeci.
Jodeci.
Right.
And I took Trick to the house and I let him see the fake video first. And Trick was like, yo, that shit is hot. Oh my God, that shit is hot. And I said, well, yo, I want you to check this out. And then when he saw Jodeci do and me and Jodeci in the real video, all his mouth just opened. His mouth just opened. It was like this. Yo, you out of here. You out of here. And I said, yo, listen, man, I need dancers. So I said, you want to go on the road? You want to dance? He's like, hell yeah. Tricky got real famous when I'll Do For You came out. And he did this one move in the video, you know, where he do with his back.
He's doing the Matrix.
Yeah, he did some shit. And that was crazy in the video. And Disco moves back to the side a little bit to let him get his shine. And he didn't even know what he was doing at that point.
What was the first tour or the first show you did, like after you really blew up, after like the first song really hit?
It was crazy. Forever
My Lady, yeah.
No, we had the Salt and Pepper, High Five Troop, Candyman, Tony. We ain't go to Jodeci. We ain't get on the Jodeci tour until after. Every time Mary J Jodeci tours, that was after we did the stint. We did the High Five Troop, Candyman, Tony, me. Then we did the EPMD, DJ Quick, Father MC, Chub Rock, Candyman. We did those tours. How about the time when we shared the tour bus with Mary J Blige?
Oh,
we
really?
shared that. Because we was doing the United States tour and we was doing overseas right after.
Right. Did she put out, she was already like, what's the 411 came out yet, or this is before that? Like prior to that?
The 411, I believe.
The 411.
I believe that.
Out. So Real Love was already out at this point.
Yeah, because she was on tour. She was hot. Yeah. At the end of the day, it just, you never know. You never know. And I knew my shit was going. Like, I knew I was going to be Father MC. I knew it. Walking from my house to Bayswater in the snow up to here, I knew I was going to. I used to be practicing what I'm going to walk on Madison Square Garden and say. As a youngster, I knew it for some reason. I remember I saw Aaron Horn. And Aaron Hall we was in DC. I said, yo, I'm going to Madison Square Garden.
Was he part of the guy at the time?
Yeah, he was part of the guy. And I said, I just need you to meet me in back of the stage. When I walked onto the garden, I just looked at the garden like this, like, okay, I did it, I'm here. And then just to hear the reception of home. Because now you touring, you gotta understand, you're touring everywhere in the world, killing shit. But it's nothing like coming home.
Right.
I made my DJ cut the music off and I said, I have somebody that's close to me and I know that y'all love him and I'd like to introduce my brother, very close friend, Aaron Hall. And then my DJ dropped One Night Stand, boom, boom, boom. And when I tell you, me and him both, we had it planned to drop our pants. And we dropped our pants and the girls was going, Madison Square Garden went nuts, man. When you like walking on Wembley Arena and you doing 100,000 people, you just looking like, I'm here. I was touching stages that Michael Jackson touched. You don't do that. Like I was touching places like the Apollo. That's the place that scared me all the time I performed. Out of everywhere, Apollo. I don't know why, but we used to kill Apollo.
Puff was part of Uptown, you know what I'm saying? So what was that like meeting with him, or what role did he play in the career?
Puff was my A&R.
Right.
Diddy was my A&R. And what happened was Diddy came and Diddy was doing my album. He was doing Mary's and he was doing Jodeci's. And me and Puff was real close. The thing of it is Uptown was a family. You know what I'm saying? I just never was the artist to really want to be a buddy with niggas, because I've always been a loner. I never wanted to be a buddy. I ain't never want to hang out with Jodeci. I ain't never want to hang out with, all the rest of the artists. I just wanted the WAP. I wanted the check,
right, and
be done with. You know what I'm saying? It's other people that I wanted to put my time with. And I never looked at me as a star. I never forget we at the awards and I'm with Tricky, and we walking through the awards and Tricky just goes like this to me, Father, just turn around, look up top and wave. And I said, why? He said, wave. And everybody's screaming, Father, Father. And I'm turning around, I'm waving. And it's just funny. It just was crazy, man. The places that this world took me to. I've been to places where I never would have been to in my life if this music thing didn't come in. I never would have knew I would have been in Africa on a raft with goats with David Peaston and Jermaine Jackson, and I mean the likes of, you know, Doug. I mean everybody. Everybody. I think the game has changed crazy. But it is what it is. It wasn't going to stay the same. I knew that. So at the end of the day, it's a new generation, and it's a new generation's time.
Any advice you would give any of the young people doing their thing right about now?
The advice I would give them is, you ain't got to go to jail to make it. You know what I mean? You ain't got to get shot to make it. You ain't got to do no corny ass shit to fuck up your life. Because see, after this music game is over, life still goes.
Yeah.
And you either could do one or two things. You could do some dumb shit and get you killed, or you could do some dumb shit and then you go to jail. That is the most dumbest shit, because I did it. I never was like, yeah, I did this. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it worked for me. And I think that God protected me. It was so crazy because it was that easy for me to stop. But yeah, I would tell the kids, man, you could get this bread without being so in the camera and everything you do.
What are some of the things that you got going on? Because I see how you know, like you're doing it pretty big here, you know what I'm saying? So just out of curiosity, you know.
I mean, what I'm doing, I'm taking it easy. I'm taking it easy, man. I sold a lot of records. Sold a lot of records. Yeah.